Eyes on the prize, baby Bubba. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize picks. It's good to be right. CP3, Clippers going through some turmoil, and already we're talking about the Knicks going after CP3. Let's see what Ian Begley had to say from SNY.
Not much has changed on the Knicks Giannis Antetokounmpo front, even with ESPN's report that said that Giannis and the Bucks are going to meet to discuss his future. Still remains the same here from New York's perspective. I think that, number one, it would take a lot to get Giannis to New York. It would take Giannis really forcing the issue in Milwaukee by using leverage via his contract extension, or it could take Milwaukee working with Giannis on the way out. That seems a little bit less likely. From a Knicks perspective, they like their team right now. They like where they're at. 20-plus games in, they're excited about what they've seen so far. Knicks did make a real offer for Giannis over the summer. Let's see how this thing plays out over the next few weeks. And one other note here, Chris Paul, very surprisingly, parted ways with the Clippers overnight, and a lot of speculation about the Knicks. Chris Paul, I'm told that it's highly unlikely at this point for that to come to fruition, for Chris Paul to be traded here. Knicks, again, like their team, and that's where it sits as we wait for Knicks Hornets.
Yes, I would like CP3 on the Knicks. He's a leader. I'm not a big fan of him, but does that make him not a great basketball player, not a great backup point guard that we need drastically, and not a high IQ guy, a guy that's going to hold people accountable? You know, he rubs people the wrong way. Nobody likes him, and I like guys like that. So I think he'd be a great. You need guys like that, man. He'd be a great locker room guy for our guys. I think a guy like Kohler can learn a lot from him. So I think from a coaching standpoint and just helping guys just make smarter basketball plays. We need, how long we've been saying it, we need another ball handler. You know, this is why Kohler is getting some minutes now, because we don't have enough ball handling. So Chris Paul brings more ball handling. Now, is he healthy enough, right? That's a big question. Is he in shape? Is he healthy enough? So I think, you know, if he passing physicals and he still wants to play, listen, I don't see how Chris Paul can hurt us on the bench in the locker room. Flea keeps saying this. We need a dog. We need somebody that's going to talk. We need somebody that's going to hold guys accountable. I think Chris Paul is the perfect guy. Seriously, I really do. And once again, another ball handler, another guy with high basketball IQ, and another guy that can help us win basketball games just by being on the bench. I think he's probably going to be a better assistant coach than everybody on the Knicks coaching staff. So I look at it from that standpoint as well. So I would love Chris Paul here, especially if it's not going to cost us nothing. Hell yeah, why not?
What do you think, Flea, the idea of Chris Paul in a Knicks uniform?
Oh, so Chris Paul could talk, but Josh Hart can't talk.
Well,
yeah. I understand. I got it. A nigga that's active. The niggas that's gonna be part of actual winning on the basketball court. That's gonna be on basketball and the actual winning the game. He can't say nothing, but we could bring this old nigga in and he could get us.
No, slow down. I got it. No, you're gonna upfront me.
I'm not done.
Plus people. No. Yeah, fuck out of here. Hold on. Chris Paul been to a finals. He's regarded as one of the best guards in NBA history.
OG, I know. Don't tell me nothing I know already. Come on. I know.
He's gonna read his resume out for you. He played for the Clippers.
Here's the thing, though. No. In all seriousness, though, it solves the backup point guard problem, right? We was laughing and joking about Malcolm Brogdon retiring on us, and now we see that we got a real, backup point guard issue, because Kolek is really not ready per se yet. He has moments, but on a consistent basis, he's not really ready. So maybe that solves the backup point guard issue. My thing is are our guys tough enough to have Chris Paul come into our locker room?
It's a great question.
Do we have enough to be able to be held accountable the way he holds the people that he plays with accountable? He is not a well-liked dude around the league, right? Simply because he's a little dude. People call him dirty, but he speaks up. So I don't know. I don't
Flea,
know.
we need Flea. We
I
need that, Flea. We need
we
a little
need
dirty.
that, right?
We need that,
right.
bro.
But here's
We need
the
a little
thing:
dirt
do we
bag.
do we have niggas that's gonna step up when that happens, or how many niggas do we have that's gonna shrink when that shit happens? We talking about Karl Anthony Towns stepping up to the plate when people are holding him accountable. We talking about, can somebody hold Jalen Brunson accountable while his daddy and his godfather is the GM? Can they? Like, what type? Like, I'm asking. Let me know. Let me know. Because we try to win, right?
But
we
Flea,
try to win a championship,
That's
right?
fact.
So what the like?
no, but
like,
you know
come
what?
on,
You real
talk to
quick.
me, y'all.
You making great points, but those questions would have to be answered in the heat of the moment. If we're not ready for that, then we definitely ain't ready to be champions. So we're not ready for a guy to hold us accountable, play a little dirty, be a dog, things that we need. Then what the hell are we doing? So I agree with you right there. That was a great point. But I think that's why I say guys like him, guys like Giannis, that's what we're missing. That's what we're missing. Just that grit, that toughness, that dog, that type shit.
I would want him.
The lack
Go
of
ahead.
no, go ahead, Ray.
No, the lack of what? Go ahead.
No, I just think the lack of culture right now. I saw something on the internet earlier today, and I dropped a comment, and my comment was surrounded around culture and identity. I think if Tori B is still here, Tori B knows what I'm talking about, because I think she liked it or commented on it or something like that. We were looking at the same reel or whatever it was. But I'm saying that we lack identity and culture here right now. Now, this is not a thing about bring Tibbs back, because that's over with. I'm saying though, like when he's here, there was a identity and culture of what type of team we were. We was never gonna lay down. We was gritty. We was gonna grind shit out. You could have the Knicks down by 20, and that game's not over yet, right? That's the identity we had. I'm just saying, after 20 games, we don't have an identity. I don't know what this Knicks team is on a night in, night out basis. And when you start talking about bringing in a Giannis or possibly bringing in a CP3, who are both guys that, like, I think walk with a level of culture, right? When Giannis walks through the door, shit is going to change. Expectations change, y'all. Giannis walks through the door. He's a Knick. Yo, we ain't talking no more about, how we look against the Celtics and the this and that. We expected to thump everybody. We expected no nights off. But a Giannis, when we bring in a CP3, is he going to be in Jalen Brunson's ear? You got to start calling out the coverages. Yeah, I know the big man's supposed to call out the coverages, but no, start taking accountability for what coverage is going on, and you start calling them. Can he handle that? And so I would love a little culture shift, because I don't know what the fuck this Knicks team is right now. I have no clue. So I'm totally with y'all. If that's where it brings us to, I'm totally for it, because right now, like, every night is a hit or miss. I don't know what Knicks team is going to show up.
I agree with that. As far as a PJ Tucker role type, I think as far as playing on the court, he's washed. I didn't see anything from CP3 that looked like he was ready to play ball. On a backup point guard level is crazy, but I do like him. Would like him as a mentor for Kolek and for Brunson. Brunson, he had Luka there, but Jason Kidd was his coach. At some point, that's a major point guard, all-time point guard as well. And Brunson can score the way Chris Paul probably could have scored if he was more aggressive at scoring, because Chris Paul was nice. And we need that guy there, like you said, Fleek. But if you have him here, the PJ Tucker thing would have made sense if we added somebody else too to really make us, solidify us as a championship team last year. I think he would have meant more in the locker room last year. PJ Tucker did if we made it to the chip too, because he's been there. You
see what DeAndre Jordan is doing right now in New Orleans? Right? They suck. Zion not playing again. DeJounte Murray got an ACL or Achilles or whatever. But DeAndre Jordan is coaching up Derek Queen. DeAndre Jordan is coaching up Jeremiah Fears. Jeremiah Fears is with smoke for. And I just see, every time you see DeAndre Jordan, he's in their ear. He ain't doing a damn thing on the basketball court. They're not asking him to give no meaningful minutes. but he's over there in them young boys' ears. These kids, they're kids compared to a DeAndre Jordan. I would like that in our locker room for sure. I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's just bottom line, because that leaves, I just want Giannis here. Then, if that's the case, I don't, Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think there's any convincing him and somebody pushing him. He's not. I don't think he's ready for CP3. He wasn't ready for Jimmy Butler. What the hell is the difference? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the kind of guy that you look forward to push you over the edge, to get to the championship level, which brings us to a point that AllBall made, as far as and Flea, as far as the team being ready for this. It looks like the Clippers either weren't ready for CP3 or CP3 wasn't ready for at this point of his career where he's 40 years old. And I saw Kenyon Martin say, when you're that old, you can't play, and what can you really say? Well, how can you contribute? You should know your role by that point. But we see the debacle going on with the Clippers. What's our response to that, AllBall? Because with that organization, CP3 he was a Clippers legend, Lob City. He brought, he revitalized them in the middle of Kobe coming back from back-to-back finals appearances and 2 back-to-back finals championships in LA. And he damn near took the whole NBA over with those guys. So what's your opinion about what's going on with him being let go by the Clippers? And well, not let go, because he's officially still signed to them, but they parted ways with him and let him go home. Which we saw that with Stephon Marbury over here. That's like, what the hell does that mean?
I love it. If you want me to be honest, teams need to do that a lot more. Listen, bro, it's how can I say? The Clippers need to do that to the whole squad. Send Kawhi home too. Send Ty Lue home too. That's how I look at it. I think they did Chris Paul a favor. Now that organization is run amok, man. Like I told y'all, I've been saying it forever. That owner is being so violated and disrespected. It's insane. They are robbing that man blind. They know he knows nothing about the sport. He's just a guy with money, and that shit is like a toy to him. And they are exposing him and just robbing him blind. So, for me, I think they need to do what they did to Chris Paul, do it to everybody. But if I'm Chris Paul, I'm not upset, because at the end of the day, this shit is a disaster. It's a disaster. So y'all doing me a favor. You still got to pay me, but this is who the Clippers are. I don't even know why people are surprised. This is what the Clippers do. Dumb shit. And once again, there's a guy over there that's ducking all the smoke. Kawhi Leonard. To me, this is what it all boils down to. We're talking about what the Clippers did to Chris Paul. We bringing up everybody in that organization except the one guy that single-handedly destroyed them, which they've been destroyed, but he just put the icing on the cake. Kawhi Leonard. To me, he's the centerpiece of all of this, man. But this is what the Clippers do. I love it though, because at some point you just have to the whole state. You just have to be like, yo, it's nothing you can do for us. It's nothing we can do for you, bro. Go home, bro. So I kind of look at it from that standpoint, where it's like, yo, we ain't gonna even prolong this. But the Clippers is a mess. And that owner really needs to get somebody in there that's gonna handle these situations, or he needs to sell a team. Because, bro, you don't know what you're doing over there. They're running amok, and it's getting out of control out there in Clipper Nation. I feel bad for my guy, Dime Dropper. Y'all know that's our brother for life. But Lord have mercy. Dime, diehard Clippers fan, that's who I feel bad for. But I think what they did to Chris Paul was a blessing in disguise. Listen, bro, go sit down, relax, hang with your family, find a better situation. Like I said, I would love him to come over here and help coach us up. But this is what the Clippers do, man. It's not surprising to me, man. It's not surprising at all. But I think teams need to do this to a lot of players. Because eventually, when it's over and you can't do nothing for us, it's over. It's over. Philly need to do that to Embiid. It's a couple plays I can, yo, go home, bro. Go home, bro. Sit your bum ass down. Still talk. Some teams, I'll let Fleet, some teams get the balls, get the cojones to see what it's for. Sit down, bro. Sit down. So I think the Clippers did Chris Paul a favor, because that shit is a mess, dog. Like that shit is terrible, man. They are an embarrassment to the NBA. I'm gonna be honest. They are an embarrassment to the NBA. And I kind of feel glad Everybody be glazing Ty Lue. What about Ty Lue now? All the praise he used to get. Fuck out of here. Fucking
Great,
bum like everybody else. Fuck out of here.
great segment as always, Flea. Our guy Down Dropper reposted this with Ty Lue. He weighs in on the Clippers cutting ties with CP3. It just didn't work out like we thought it would. Just wasn't a good fit. Ty Lue on Clippers sending Chris Paul home. He was on one accord with
Fabian,
the Clippers then.
shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't the Clippers be saying that about Ty Lue?
Well, right on cue, Dom Dropper says, I defended Ty for a long time. No longer. Time to pack them up.
Fuck out of here.
Flea, you heard AllBall. You stand very strong on a lot of things. I can't wait to hear this because this is an organizational mess. And I'm not sure you seem to like Chris Paul or just respect Chris Paul. And you used to play ball, of course. So I think, but you're objective. But I would love to hear what you have to say about this since it's a hot mess since the summertime with these clips. Well, for years now, actually.
I didn't see Ty Lue's response till just now, so that's in real time. Ty Lue, I'm disappointed in you for you saying that.
Thank you,
And
Flea.
if you ever see AllBall TV, if you ever see Flea, if you ever see this, please hear me when I say that's a disappointing statement coming from you as a former point guard, as a guy that was kept in locker rooms just to have a leadership type voice, just to help young guys come along. The nerve of you to say that lets me know a lot about you and who you've grown to be. You in that shit too. Don't think we ain't hear your name is close to that, to them Damon Jones and Chauncey Billups. Your name is a little stinky right now too, nigga. So don't think they ain't gonna fucking come for you too, nigga. Fuck out of here, dirty ass nigga. But anyway, like my nah, for real. His name came up.
Nigga say you are what they say you are a habitual line stepper.
Line stepper. They're gonna get you too, nigga. Don't think 1 minute. They coming for you too. They're gonna walk you up out of there too. Fuck out of here. But I just didn't like that coming from him. I don't like the way they did Chris Paul, right? Because what was the expectation when he walks through the door in his retirement year? The last year of his career, what is the expectation for him coming in, right? What was he supposed to do? Were you trying to get heavy minutes from him? Were you trying to, have him play alongside James Harden? What was the plan? Because if it's last year, then he's legitimately just coming in to help right the ship, right? To help get things back in order, right? To have the swan song for the team that he had his best contribution to in his career, right? So that's a little funny to me. I would like to understand what the expectation was for him coming in. It's not like y'all don't know who he is. Ty Lue, you've been around the league as long as Chris Paul has been here. You know the dude. Steve Ballmer, you know the dude. Lawrence Frank, you know the dude. So what y'all thought he was gonna come in here and act deaf, blind, dumb, and stupid, and look around and not say, what the fuck is going on with Kawhi Leonard? Ty Lue, what are you doing? James Harden, what's up? I just played with you a couple years ago. We was in the Western Conference Finals. Nigga, you're fat. What's up? He's coming in there and he's the old vet about to jump on the horse like John Wayne and go out to the sunset. But yo, while he's still here, he's like, yo, what's up? This ain't winning basketball. 5-16 for a team that has 2 all-star level, all NBA level players. What are we doing? I think it's disgusting. They were on the road. They let that nigga go home at 3:00 in the morning. Like everything about it stinks. Whether you like Chris Paul or not, it ain't even about that at this point. How you handle that, you got to handle that the right way. And how they handling that and talking fly, that's talking fly. It wasn't a good fit. Why are you still a good fit, Ty Lue? Talk to me, big dog. Why are you still a good fit?
Was you ever a good fit? Fuck out of here. Nah,
Big
please
shout
tell
out
me
to
what it is. Was he ever a good fit?
I don't know. I don't
Fuck
know.
outta here.
I used to big shout out to Dime Dropper because I used to support Ty Lue as well. My man Issa, big shout out to Issa. Issa will always say that nigga is not a good coach.
Please,
That nigga's not a good coach.
You know how many times
fight him.
You know how many
go
times
ahead.
I argued on live about Ty Lue, and I used to tell people, bro, before that championship, nigga David Black got to the finals with the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron did the snake shit, didn't like Black for whatever reason, fine. But Ty Lue had nothing to fucking do with that. Now you go to the Clippers, and it's been a disaster since you've been there. So while we gonna hold all the players accountable, hold your bum ass accountable too. The fuck out of here. He ducks just like Kawhi ducks all the smoke. Ty Lue ducks all the smoke when it comes to coaching.
I've been refraining. I've been refraining. Regular weed, man. The nigga is regular weed at this point, man. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him out of here, man.
He always was regular weed. No, hold on. And he always was regular weed. That's the problem. Listen, Doc Rivers won a championship, right? What do we call Doc Rivers?
We disrespect the shit out of Doc Rivers.
So why does Ty Lue get all this respect? Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here. He should be held accountable for that mess up in LA with the Clippers like everybody else. Like every fucking body else. Any other coach will be getting dragged. But since guys like Ty Lue and he's in whatever, group of cool guys, niggas don't hold him accountable. Ty Lue ain't shit as a coach. Get the fuck out of here.
Can we address real quick?
$150 a pound regular.
Can we address what East Blue Drew said though? Because Drew is right. And I think that's the other side of it, right? And I think big shout out to our guy Fish. Fish stands on this side of it too, where CP3 ain't some innocent dude. But it ain't about the debate is not about whether CP3 is a nice dude or not. Like I said it too. He's not a well-liked dude around the NBA. But at the end of the day, if a dude, whoever it is holding you accountable because y'all are not playing good basketball or you're not coaching well, I don't care who it comes from. You're not doing a great job. You need to be held accountable. I just don't think that matters, is what I'm saying. Big shout out to East Blue Drew.
Big shout out to everybody in the chat, but this shouldn't even be about Chris Paul. We all know we've had lives and discussed Chris Paul. All right, everybody has their like or dislike or disdain for Chris Paul. But if Chris Paul never went to the Clippers, it would still look like this. So this ain't got nothing to do with Chris Paul. Why are we ducking the fact that the Clippers is a mess, Ty Lue ain't shit, and Kawhi Leonard runs a fucking muck? And they allow, like y'all said, James Harden to never be in shape, to do what the fuck he want. Come on, man. This whole shit is a mess. And it has nothing to do with Chris Paul. That's why I said the Clippers did him a favor.
I'm still stuck on Ty Lue saying it just didn't work out like we thought it would. Just wasn't a good fit.
Y'all niggas helped create a dynasty in OKC. Fucking idiots.
That they did.
See, this is why I fought so hard for Draymond. Because he figured out a way to talk to the organization, top to bottom, Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, owner, general manager. I think wherever Draymond goes, that's what he was going to try to do. Chris Paul clearly has tried to do that everywhere he went. And no matter how much sneaky he is, I was always a sneaky bastard. I always thought that, damn, in his prime, at his peak, I should say, he was amazing. And he's been in so many organizations. It's like he's like a lie detector at this point. He went to OKC. There was no lie detectors there. He ain't had none of these problems with Sam Presti, Mike D'Antoni, Billy Donovan, SGA.
All they did was help him win.
Help the team win that they traded SGA to and from. He's the team that traded SGA. He went to and tried to help them out, and he tried to sniff out everything from top to bottom. And it's kind of hard to just blame Ty Lue when he's been handcuffed with Kawhi. Because, if these charges are true, whatever with Kawhi Leonard, and because I'm pretty sure everybody tries to duck the salary cap, but the way Kawhi Leonard goes about this, bringing Paul George over there was nuts. You traded Paul George for SGA. That looks insane. You just let him walk for nothing over the summertime. You're going through this debacle in over the summer with the salary cap circumvention in the news, and you guys are terrible. 5 and 6. I was dead wrong about them. I thought these old geezers could at least come out and
Me too.
do something this season. But you, it's how do you do damage control? At this point, you're supposed to be saying, let's not make any news. Guys, stay quiet. You know what? Let's get rid of one of the most popular players in franchise history in the middle of the night. Let's not make it hot anymore and do that. This is stupidity 101. I don't understand what they're doing. And Steve Ballmer, all this talk about people coming from the tech world, they're so smart, super smart, this, that, and the third. They are regular people just like me and you. He's a regular guy at the end of the day, especially when you come to the basketball world. You don't know about basketball, bro. The way you be grabbing people's nuts on the stands when you celebrating this shit, we don't do that. We also don't let go of one of the best players in NBA history in the middle of the night. That's not how we do things. This ain't a racehorse. Like the way they treat players sometimes is dumb. At the end of the day, CP3 might be sneaky, but we don't know him for doing crazy shit off the court. He never really got the NBA in trouble. He didn't make the Clippers look bad. You made the Clippers look bad. Horrible. Lawrence Frank, at this point, I was trying to look for a reason to defend him, but he is the architect of this crazy shit. This is nuts. He came from New Jersey. He go over there. He is the ultimate thief in the night. That's robbing Steve Ballmer. Blind. You traded for Paul George. We watch basketball. We like Paul George, but same thing with Carlton Towns. Something about him, I don't know. And you had SGA there. Doc Rivers, I know he's a bummish to everybody, but he warned them. I can't believe
OKC's about to go grab Chris Paul, and they're gonna win another one.
Right.
Get a ring, and he gonna go home after this year
and smack them up. I can't believe that an organization is this bad. I'm glad the Knicks aren't like that. I don't know how far away teams are from being that, because that's the super team shit that I didn't want to be a part of either, which is what Flea's warning is about with Giannis. You're putting all your eggs in one basket, because I was never a super team fan. But I do want to root for some damn superstars. And the Clippers tried that, and you got James Harden. James Harden and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, these guys are known to duck on their teams and all that. The Kawhi thing you could do, but you got three of them guys. Kawhi, Paul George, and James Harden. Superstars in their era. But they're known for doing this. Chris Paul is not known for doing this. He's known to be sneaky to try to win. He ain't trying to snake you out of bread. So that's the part to me that's like, yo, damn, y'all are mad. You guys are mad that Chris Paul got a big-ass mouth. He's not going to shut up. He's going to tell Lawrence Frank about himself. He's going to tell Ty Lue about himself. Going to tell bum-ass Kawhi Leonard about himself. James Harden, Steve. He'll probably tell Steve Ballmer, yo, you don't know what the fuck you doing. This ain't Microsoft, bro. This is basketball. I've been playing this shit since I was 5. The fuck were you doing back then?
This is par for the course, though. This is par for the course for this generation. As soon as somebody walks in the door and starts letting you know you ain't shit, and you ain't even doing your job. That's what this generation does. We shrink. Folks shrink. They don't step to the challenge. So now it's not a good fit. You got to send a nigga home in the middle of the night. He ain't the problem. How much you paying him this year? It's his last season. He is retiring after this season. So whatever he's getting right now it ain't fucking your books up. Start looking at everybody else on this team. Why ain't no other moves been made? Why haven't we spoken about, like, Chris Paul should not be the scapegoat for the Clippers being garbage. Should not be. That should not be the first move.
That's an embarrassment.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy though? But the Clippers, this can be fixed quick and easy. A lot of coaches out there that's young that deserve a chance. And listen, it's a guy over there. You want a superstar? You got a lot of pieces that can help guys get over the hump. I would love Zubac. Like, they have a lot that they can get rid of. The guy over there in Memphis needs a new home. The superstar. Listen, man, the Clippers can do some things. Go get you a good head coach, a young guy. Go get my man Sam Cassell. Get you a young superstar and rebuild that thing and fill them seats. And listen, they can go many ways. Balls, it's AllBall TV, baby. Hire us. Listen, man, you fix this thing quick. Listen, dump Kawhi, dump all them niggas. Dump all them niggas. Go get that young man over there in Memphis. He need a new fresh start. People may not like him, but we can say what we want. Let him be over there in LA throwing up grenades and gunshots and catching alley-oops. You'll fill them seats. Since everybody, it's all about money and entertainment, right?
Flea, that might be the worst place for John Moran. Mr. Affiliated himself should have to go. It's LA. Keep his ass in Memphis, drowning over there. But what's wrong with you, man?
No, I said he will be out of the league soon.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.